if you've got particular interest in the we have a performance. The performance today in the Woodland Theatre. You'll find the Woodland Theatre through the gates at the far end of the arena and turn to the post there to tell you a little bit about the play we're performing next. A short play about the end of Rome, what it meant to this country, and indeed what the Roman occupation did in this country as well. Now the Centurion has his men arrayed, marching side by side. They've laid down their beam. Let me show you some of the formations. Marching in step. Some of these men have never worked together before. We've brought together various Roman renowned groups, the best of it across Europe, so that we can show you as many Roman soldiers as possible. Indeed, early on this afternoon and indeed tomorrow, in the venue we thought for the first time in the Kelmarsh in full Roman century. Now, this is the testudo. When approaching your enemy, who's perhaps encased in their forts, perhaps with ditches, perhaps with walls, and certainly with weapons and missiles to throw on you, how are you going to get up to that fort? How are you going to approach that enemy? This is how you're going to do it. Using your shields to protect yourself from side blows and blows from above any missiles, and then march forward. Obviously the men in the middle now cannot see. They have to rely on the man next to them to be in step, or the man in front and the man behind. So if you listen, you'll hear sing Dex, sing Dex. And the strength of that testudo will be tested by the Centurion using his fight stick to find any weak spots and push his stick through it. If he hits someone, well, they'll remember not to leave the gap again. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. The Roman testudo. Now back into their ranks. With the command, marching on. The Romans' road to success in this country in 43 AD was first, as I say, advanced by Julius Caesar almost 100 years before. Julius Caesar landed approximately where Walmer Castle is in the south. Walmer Castle, incidentally, another English heritage property. Please feel free to visit. Well, Walmer Castle, round about there is where the Romans first came ashore, founding at the post. He then has to turn back to Gaul, and as I say, 400 years forward from there, 43 AD, Emperor Claudius gave the command to invade. They came ashore rather than Rochester. However, the Brits were waiting for them at that point. They were arrayed, ready and waiting for an assault. But faced with this, faced with these line of Roman soldiers, a solid line of shields, intersected by those wicked gladius sharp swords, would you stay and fight, or would you run away? Well, many did to try and put up the fight. Ultimately, of course, unsuccessful. Various rebellions, of course, throughout the early part of the Roman occupation. We all know about Boudicca's revolts. But we also know about the capture of Colchester. So significant the Romans took that to be, that they then paraded on an elephant to celebrate their success. This next formation is the Cuneum. The literal translation is the wedge. It's a formation still used by Brian these days in its first crowds. The Romans used it to intimidate as well. You see it form a wedge, a triangle. They are passing their gladius against the side of their scooter. They are trying to intimidate you. They will approach the enemy as a wedge to bash them through. Those individual warriors, brave and fearless, but nevertheless fighting as individuals. These men are disciplined, they'll pick up the pace and charge the enemy! And only white robe will protect you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for some of our military formations. The reenactors you see before you today are drawn from the UK and Europe's finest Roman reenactors. We have several groups from this country: Legio H, Augusta, the Roman Military Research Society, otherwise known as the 14th Legion, and we have the Ermine Street Guard. From Europe we have the Gemina Project, we have another Legio 8 from France, Legio 11. It's a very rare occasion in this country that we gather so many of the Romans together, but they've certainly come across each other in various instances at Roman events in Europe, in France, Germany. But of course we're very glad that our foreign visitors have managed to make it to sunny Kelmarsh this weekend. Now having repositioned their gladiators back in their scabbards, the Centurion will be dismissing the officers. Now to the third and final part of our display, let us give you some idea of Roman artillery. The Roman Military Research Society will be performing this section of the display, showing you a variety of information.